Hello, welcome to the Worldwide Culinary Apprentice online pastry school. My name is Chef Kier, and today we are going to be working with temper chocolate decorations. So the first decoration we're going to be working here is tracing patterns, and you can make them freehand. But if you have difficulty doing that, you can trace on a paper, and I'll show you. You take parchment paper, or it could be typing paper. It doesn't matter, and then you trace whatever designs that you like to have in chocolate. I have this here. Just use a really dark marker, and then you trace something that you can later go with your cornet. Let's make another clef here. I'll make another one of the top ones, but going one way. Okay, so you do that first, and then you take the parchment paper and you fold it over it, so you see the trace, because you don't want to pipe your chocolate on top of directly on top of the trace, because it's marker and that might contaminate your chocolate. And this way you can just put this paper away and use it and use it and use it over and over. And I have some tempered chocolate here. I have a cornet, so I'm going to put some of my dark chocolate that is beautifully tempered. Okay. And then we close the bag. You don't want to make it too thin, too tiny, because then it's going to be too delicate. And then we carefully trace with your chocolate. The important thing is that all your chocolate, it needs to be touching all the loops. They need to touch each other so they don't break when you take them apart. This is a clef. And the good thing about tracing is that you can follow the trace, and then if you think you can make it a little better, then you can go ahead. Like this one, I can make it a little taller. I'm gonna make another clefing here. You see, I'm making sure that it touches, otherwise this little piece is going to break. Another one here. But you can also do random piping. And then we're going to put this in the refrigerator and let it set. You see how nice it looks? And you can make any kind of designs, and then you just trace it and you'll see which ones work for you and which ones don't. After it's set, so I'm going to put it here, show you how you carefully, you know that it's set because you can touch it. It's completely hard. With an offset, make sure you go under the decoration very carefully, and it will just come off. And these are beautiful for and as they break, you know that maybe they were a little too thin, so then just make them, cut your cornet just a little wider so you can use them. And if you want to keep this for a long time, you should put it in a like a Ziploc container, nicely sealed, and then you can put it on a dark place and a cool place. At least that is 68 degrees, not hotter than that, and it will last forever if that's the temperature you keep it. Remember that if you want to see how the tempering chocolate is done, just go and click on the playlist and you'll see all the methods for tempering chocolate. Now we're going to be making some more tracing, or rather piping with tempered chocolate, but I'm going to use a transfer sheet. This is a transfer sheet. It's like a piece of plastic, acetate, and they make designs with cocoa butter in them. When you use this, you have to make sure that you touch very carefully with your finger, and the side that is rough, that's the side you're going to use, because if you use the other side, nothing is going to come. So the side that you feel that has some roughness, that's where the cocoa butter is, and that's where you're going to put the chocolate, so it gets transferred to the chocolate. That's why it's called transfer sheets. So I'm using this that had star designs, and I'm going to put a template on top because I want to make circles. And then I will take some of my tempered chocolate. I'm going to put it in a cornet. And if you want to learn how to make a cornet, just make sure that you go on the playlist and you're going to find the place where to learn how to make a cornet. They're really helpful in all these decorations. Instead of a big pastry bag, because you're going to waste that pastry bag. So with paper, it's so much easier. I'm going to cut the tip just ever so slightly. And then these are going to be perfectly circular. And once you put your chocolate, you have to make sure that you take it off before it sets. Right, and you're going to have beautiful circles in there. And so you don't waste the paper, you can make more decorations here if you want to see them. So let's make some of the ones. You're going to see how the transferring works. Sometimes you can make little decorations on your... You might think it's just for decoration, but it's also to make it stronger when you take it out. And we're going to put this in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 minutes. You should not leave this in the refrigerator because condensation is going to get on top of the chocolate. It's going to bloom your chocolate. You're just putting it in the refrigerator so it sets. So here we have the one that we use a transfer sheet to pipe on. They're ready, and I am very carefully, and you can see on the other side you have all the stars. You're going to see it better here. Look at very beautiful gold designs. Really tight. I mean, you can also just spread a little chocolate in here so you get all the stars whole. But these are really delicate decorations that you can put on top of chocolate mousse. I broke this one here, but you know, like Julia Child used to say, never give excuses. You just change the story. Just dig that on your mousse, and nobody will notice. This one was a little too thin, but it still works. You see? There you go. Bye-bye.